This happened during spring break last year. Me and 5 friends booked this incredible beachside Airbnb in Florida. Sleek, modern, with giant windows that looked straight out onto the ocean. It was kind of a steal, honestly, especially for the location. The host was weirdly quiet. We messaged a couple of times to confirm check-in and got super short replies. But the code worked, the place was spotless, and it had that kind of upscale vibe that made you think, wow, we got lucky. Turns out we didn't. We'd only been there a day or two when strange things started to happen. At first it was small, like we'd come back from the beach and the patio doors would be locked even though no one remembered closing them. Or we'd find lights turned off that had been left on. But then my friend Carly found something off. She was exploring the back hallway behind the kitchen when she noticed a door tucked behind a long floor-length mirror. The mirror slid, like on rails. The door behind it was locked, but it was definitely not shown in the Airbnb photos. We joked about it being a murder closet, but I remember laughing and feeling uneasy at the same time. That night, around 2 a.m., I woke up because I heard something. I thought it was the ocean at first, waves crashing outside, but then it sounded more like footsteps. Inside, slow, heavy. I got up, thinking maybe someone was raiding the fridge. I stepped into the hallway and stopped cold. The mirror was slid open. The door behind it, slightly cracked. I stared at it, heart racing. I backed away and went straight to my friend Mark's room. We woke up everyone quietly and agreed we'd all check it out together. Dumb idea? Probably. But we were also curious and freaked out. We grabbed a flashlight and slowly opened the door. Behind it was a narrow staircase leading down. The air was damp. It smelled like bleach and old laundry. We stepped down into what looked like a basement room, only it wasn't empty. There was a cot, a small table with takeout boxes, and a phone charger plugged into the wall. The worst part? Someone had been living there, recently. Mark opened the closet in the corner and found a duffel bag full of clothes. That's when we heard the floor creak above us. Someone was walking across the kitchen. We killed the light, frozen in the dark, listening to the slow shuffle of footsteps upstairs. That's when we all decided we had to get out. Now. We crept back upstairs, quiet as we could. Whoever was there hadn't noticed us yet, or was pretending not to. We grabbed what we could, left the rest, and ran straight to the car. Mark peeled out of the driveway so fast we nearly lost the bumper. When we got to a 24-hour diner a few towns away, we called Airbnb support and the local police. Turns out the house had a history. It was taken down and relisted under different names over the past year. And yeah, some reviews had gone missing. We never found out who was staying in that hidden room. No fingerprints, no ID. But the listing was pulled offline the next day. Now every time I book a place, I check for hidden doors, mirrors, or weird floor plans. And if a host doesn't respond much, I don't book it, because someone had a room in that house, and we were never supposed to find it. But we did, and we got out. It started like the kind of spring break you dream about. Sunny Florida coast, full of energy, music, and a perfect stretch of private beach that a local guy said we could use for a real party. It was me and a group of friends, 6 of us in total. We loaded up with food, drinks, speakers, glow sticks, the works. We got there around sunset, started a bonfire, and the crowd just grew. People we didn't know started showing up, but it felt normal. Spring break, right? That was the last normal night I remember. I woke up in the sand, the sky bright with morning sun, and everything was silent. No bonfire, no music, no trash, no towels, no bottles. It looked like nothing had happened. The sand was completely smooth, like the tide had erased every trace. I sat up fast, heart racing. My bag was there, half buried. My phone still had battery, but there were no calls, no texts, just a single photo in my gallery. Me, asleep in the sand, and someone else standing behind me. I ran up the path that led back to the road and the rental house. No one there. Doors wide open, but no bags, no signs of my friends. I tried calling them, straight to voicemail. I even ran into town. It was busy, like nothing was wrong. When I asked about the beach party, everyone gave me the same confused look. What party? No one throws parties on that beach anymore. You sure you weren't dreaming? That's when I really started to panic. I opened my phone again and zoomed in on the photo. The figure behind me in the picture, he wasn't from the party. I didn't recognize him. No beach clothes, no drink in hand. He was just standing there in the dark, watching. I took a deep breath and went back to the beach alone. At first there was nothing, just wind and waves. Then I saw it, something sticking out of the sand. I started digging and I found a shoe, one of my friend's shoes, buried, dry, as if it had been there for years. At that point, I didn't care about answers. I just knew I needed to get out of there. I ran back to the house, grabbed what I could, and booked a ride straight to the airport. I didn't even fly home. I flew 2 states away and stayed with a cousin for a week. The next day, I got a group text from one of my friends. It just said, "Where did you go?" No one remembered the party disappearing. They thought I was the one who had vanished. I've read that sometimes. Places hold on to things, memories, events, people. And sometimes, those places don't want to let go. I still don't know what happened on that beach, but I know that photo wasn't fake. And I know, without question, someone else was there, watching, waiting. And I'm just glad I left before they noticed I was still awake. We were 3 days into our spring break road trip, crossing through Texas. Long highways, gas station junk food, music blasting. It was exactly what you'd want from a trip like that. There were 4 of us in the car, switching drivers every few hours. Everything felt easy, fun, carefree, until we saw the van. It showed up just outside of Amarillo, an old white cargo van, no windows in the back, beat-up body, one headlight flickering. We didn't think much of it at first, just another vehicle on the road, except it never passed us. It stayed a few car lengths behind, even when we changed lanes. We thought it was a coincidence. We joked about it, called it the creeper van. But then we pulled over at a rest stop, and so did it. We got out to stretch, hit the restroom, grab snacks. I kept glancing back at the van. No one ever got out. The engine stayed running. The windshield was so dirty we couldn't see inside. We waited a while, thinking whoever was in it would eventually reveal themselves. They didn't. When we got back in the car and pulled out, the van did too. This time, closer. That night, we crashed at a roadside motel. 2 rooms, side by side. Nothing fancy, but we were too tired to care. In the morning, I stepped outside and found something tucked under the windshield wiper. A Polaroid photo. My stomach dropped. It was of us, asleep in the car, from the night before. We were parked at the gas station just outside Amarillo, our heads tilted back, mouths open, completely out. And in the photo, in the corner of the frame, was the van. I didn't even wake the others. I ran to their room, showed them the picture. Mark, our driver, didn't say a word. He just grabbed the keys. We hit the road before sunrise. No breakfast, no shower, just gone. And for a while, we didn't see the van again. But around noon, somewhere outside Albuquerque, it appeared again. This time on a side road, parked beneath an overpass. It didn't move, just sat there, facing the highway, watching. When we got to Santa Fe, we went straight to the police. We handed them the photo, explained everything. They looked at the picture and exchanged this quiet glance. Then one officer said, "We've had reports about this van for years. Same description, same pattern." We asked what they meant by pattern. He said, "They never approach. They never follow for long. They just watch and leave a reminder that they were close." We never saw the van again after that, But sometimes when I scroll through my phone, looking at trip photos, I spot it. In the background, parked in the distance, behind a tree, across the road. It's like it made sure it got captured in more than just one frame, like it wanted to be remembered. But hey, we made it out. We're fine. We just don't take road trips during spring break anymore, and we don't stop for vans.